Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
Hey, Doug.
Hello.
Hey, Jem. I hope you're feeling okay. I saw you might have gotten a little bruised or something.
Yes, I felt a bit.
Ooh. Well, thanks for making the meeting anyway. I hope you feel better soon.
No worries.
Well, thank you for coming to December 8th Vigor Bi-weekly meeting. It's good to have everybody here. I waited a few minutes as people came in. In the bi-weekly meeting, we like to review some of the accomplishments and the work that people in the DAC have been doing to advance the cause and the protocol. We launched, oh my gosh, it was not sure how many weeks it's been. We had some people come into the DAC. We had some people leave the DAC, but I think we've done a pretty good job, working through some of the initial challenges of launch, and we seem to be operating pretty well. There's obviously always areas for improvement, and I know the working groups are continuing to look at those pieces. One of the things I thought maybe we could do today would just do like a kind of a quick overview. I know the custodian group has put together a kind of a draft roadmap for the coming year, and it's been a place where people can basically put all their ideas down and give us all a chance to review and kick around and put together a draft that hopefully fairly soon we'll be able to put up for the entire community to take a look at. So I think the custodians have done a good job on that, and they can continue to do that. But before we get into that, I thought anyone who has got something of significance they'd like to mention, that they should go ahead and do that with regard to things that they're working on. I know that there's been, I've tried to stay on track, on top of all of it by reading as much as I can, but I don't know that I do have all of it. I guess there's, let me just take a look at my notes here. I know there's been some conversation about, before we get into next year, about possibly changing the collateral ratios for bailout, which now they're set at 100%. So if someone's collateral in their account were to dip below 100%, that basically does what we call a bailout, which is to take their collateral and apportion it amongst the lenders in the protocol, and also their Vigor borrowings are equally distributed. But there's been some conversation about increasing that to 105 or 107 or 111. I think we haven't voted to make a decision on that, but I know that's one of the more current topics that's being discussed for an adjustment prior to getting into next year. I think perhaps John has been working on that. I don't know if John's with us on the call, so I won't put him on the spot to talk about what's involved with that. Does anybody have something they've been working on specifically that they'd like to highlight? I know I saw there was some chatter about kind of a new video. I don't know if anybody's been working on that. No?
Not at this time, at least from the marketing team. No, I do like the new feature for the 30K stake, though. That's really nice to see it go through.
Right. That's right. We had some changes where the minimums were put together. Was there some confusion about how to apply that? Does someone need to touch the UI to clarify that? This is not a stake to be a candidate. This is a stake to, because right now we have one non-staking new account set up to be open. Anybody able to clarify how that's set up right now? I don't know that I have don't know exactly where we are in that.
I jumped in right in the middle of your question, but I think you don't have to stake to become a candidate to become a user. You just have to sign the Constitution and then stake the $30 worth of VIG, and it goes to a stake account, I think.
Okay. We had a couple users who were having some trouble with that, and so I thought that we needed to maybe someone needed to update the UI to clarify that. Does anybody?
Yeah, there was a problem with getting an error saying insufficient balance or something, but I don't know if it means the balance on the protocol or the balance in the wallet. I'm not sure what it's looking at.
Okay. All right. Well, that's something I guess for one of the teams to try to take a closer look at. As I say, I'm not. I did try to use another account to come in, and I know that the staking to enable the candidacy was there and working fine. But as I say, they're right. I mean, just to clarify, and for people who may be coming in listening to the meeting, once we get it posted on YouTube, you can where do you stake to be able to have an account? If you miss right now, my understanding is there's one account that comes in that can come in each day that does not have a staking requirement. Is that correct? From what everybody knows.
Yeah, one per day.
Okay, and once that happens, then you need to put up some small stake of Vigor or VIG, and you can have multiple people can become users. Is that correct?
As far as I know, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. So, we are trying to, because we're still in the early stages of having released. I mean, we're trying to keep, some measure of, reasonableness on how quickly people come in and stay. So I think that hopefully that's all clarified for people. Or if it's not, we can do that in the coming days. So. Just kind of continuing on, I mentioned that those two changes were being discussed prior to year end, the collateral ratio issue and the staking piece. Those ideas kind of originated from discussions around, what the protocol would be doing in 2021. So there've been a whole bunch of kind of good ideas that I've seen put out there, and people in the DAC have been coming up with these and then making sure that we know where they came from, which is great. I know we've been talking about implementation of worker proposals to help with specific project work. That would be, particularly focused on the dev area. In the past when we had missions to get a bunch of dev work accomplished, we used as a group a thing called that hyperdrive, and I think it's a much better. My own opinion is it's a much better way to go to have a specific project and to put up a bounty on that, etc., to get that work done. It's also with regards to dev, it's been nice to see. We've been having a lot of people come in who, are interested in working and helping on the dev side. And that's, that's great. People bring all sorts of different skills and level of skills to DAC. It's nice to see some, C++ people come in. Some of them have experience, some of them don't necessarily have a lot of experience with smart contracts, working on the OSIO projects. It's good to have both those skill sets. So some of those folks will be able to, learn a lot on the smart contract side as they bring the C++ skills in. I'm just taking a quick look at the ideas on the draft for the roadmap to just comment on a couple of these things. We of course are talking about, we have a CG, a CLG based in Singapore, which is kind of the public face for the, to represent the DAC. We're talking about scheduling elections there on March 1st. That's good to see. Been some conversations about potentially simplifying the UI to make it a little, it takes a little bit, it takes at least more than 15 minutes to kind of get a sense of things. And when you first come into the DAP, so there's some discussion there about consolidating those 6 boxes into 4 to make it a little more manageable for a new user. Obviously, we've been talking about some additional exchange listings. Those conversations are ongoing, and until we're a little further along, I want to elaborate on those pieces. Also, conversations about when we might be able to get the code open sourced. So I think a lot of these, and there are more. If anybody wants to chime in about any of those, specifically, they could feel free to do that. I thought that this bi-weekly call, especially as we get closer to the holiday and we get closer to the new year, would be a good time to, help to give, because I know the community listens to the calls, which, we all in the DAC appreciate. And obviously it's this whole project. It's all about community and the community support. We obviously are welcoming folks to come in and to participate. The best way, of course, to do that is to jump into the Telegram chats and to participate on calls and associate yourself with, some of the folks who work on the specific areas, such as, the dev side, the media side, the organizational admin, the legal team side, the UI folks. So there's plenty of places if you want to get involved to be able to come in and help the DAC. As you know, this protocol is there for the whole community to take advantage of. I know there's some other projects that have been approaching different custodian people, candidates, people on the DAC to collaborate and work together, which is great to see. There have been requests for information on more enhanced user transaction histories, cross-chain utilization. Just last night another gentleman was talking about TELUS, and there's just a lot to do. So I'm looking forward to being able to kind of firm up what the custodians think and the working groups think with regard to the roadmap, and being able to get that out so that the community as a whole can comment. And some of the initiatives that people might see there might be things that they specifically think they could be of help with, and join the DAC and go on. Overall, the protocol's acting as it's supposed to be. It's we had a couple of issues that we worked through to kind of clean things up, and I think we did a pretty good job managing through that. And it's kind of operating and doing as it is. I know ultimately we all have a view for more utilization and use, but that'll be coming. So I've kind of spent a lot of time sort of talking. I want to give everybody else a chance to chime in whatever they'd like to discuss in today's meeting. So feel free
Just
to do
to
so.
expand on that, Doug, that's why I love this protocol in the DAC, because it's community built and it's designed to benefit, the lender, the saver, and the borrower. So it's the community that's contributing towards this. So we have a win-win-win scenario across the board. And, there's nobody taking opportunity here. It's just whatever you like doing, that we're giving you that option to do so. So it's a beautiful thing.
Sometimes things take a little longer than we might like, but that's there are rewards for participating. They don't amount to be a huge amount. So I mean, a lot of the work that's done here, and it's kind of always been done here. Most of the people who work in the DAC, it's not like they've seen tremendous gains from the association, but it is amazing. I agree with you. Without raising any money, without by just bringing people together to work on a good idea, we've really accomplished a lot. If you look at all projects that are out there, it's I've always thought it really is pretty amazing. So I certainly agree with that, and we encourage people to join us. There's I don't know anyone who works in the stack that has any kind of bad intention. Sometimes there's some FUD out there. I don't quite understand the motivation behind that. I think that we'd like the protocol maybe to be easier to use, or to be quicker at whatever, in terms of if there becomes an issue, there's a resolution. But everybody contributes the time that they can to create really something out of nothing. It really is decentralized. I mean, we've had people come, we've had people go, we've had people come back and help. It really is amazing, and we continue to be as open about participation as I've been around the DAC for a while. It continues to be as open for participation as it was at the very beginning. And there weren't 100+ candidates at the beginning. I think it's really a case of if we continue on with attracting people in and going forward, it'd be pretty amazing to see what we'll have this time next year. So
Yeah, I think Vigor is a very great open community, and very productive, and also I think it's a testament that we have projects coming to us wanting to partner with us even today. So we're a good protocol, we're a good product, and we do work to keep our users protected. So,
and it's good to have you. I guess you recruited someone, didn't you, Donnie, into the DAC recently?
yes, I have my brother, my twin brother. He's a C++ coder.
The good-looking brother.
The best, yeah, the uglier brother. But yeah, he's in the DAC now. Of course, he can only help part-time, and yeah, I'm just right now, I know we're looking for devs, and we're coming up with a program to inform what needs to be done and all that, just to streamline it. So yeah,
that's great.
He's ready to take a look at some parts of it.
Well, that's great. It's good to have. What's I think I might. He's a candidate. Is that correct?
Yeah, he's a candidate. Touchman 1313.
Yeah. Okay. I think I voted for him.
He's staked. He's a candidate. Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah, maybe I can get him on some of these Zoom calls soon, but he works during the day, so.
Well, we're recording him so he can get caught up and the like.
True, and we're going to start the bi-weekly update on Vigor Protocol. I'm going to be doing that soon on voice, and doing the YouTube channel, updating it. So I'll get him to listen to some of them.
Okay, awesome. I know not to put people especially newer folks on the spot, but Is it Matthias? I think he's signed on as a candidate and is going to be contributing as well on the dev side. Has some good C++ experience. Welcome.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
welcome.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, thanks. Yes, I would like to contribute. And I would already have taken a look at the code, but unfortunately it's not accessible. So I just signed up a few days ago as a candidate, still trying to gather the necessary votes. And yeah, can
Okay, super.
hopefully start to take a look.
Excellent. Anyone else like to chime in or introduce themselves or?
You mean me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm new here, and yeah, I have been participating in the meeting, I think, last few times. And yeah, you know, I'm from Hong Kong, and what can I help? I can help to write some contents, and also if you need anything in Chinese, I can do that well. And also, yeah, I do have some opinion, but I will talk about it later, maybe when the time is right. Yeah. So yeah,
Okay,
it's
super.
nice to
Great.
see
Hey,
you
what's
here.
your name
Yeah.
really quick?
My name, you can call me Ben.
Ben,
B-E-N.
perfect.
Ben.
Then I can type
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, the Chinese. Yeah. Yeah. That's my fault. The Chinese, maybe not many people knows how to pronounce it, but whatever. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. It's good to have you.
Are you a candidate?
Not yet. I'm planning because I've already buy that 10,000 wig but for now I'm putting it in the landing pool. So maybe not now because I'm a bit busy for now because I'm a politician in Hong Kong, whatever. But yeah, so I'm a bit busy for now. But maybe later maybe next year I will have more time. So but the weight is there. The 10,000 weight is there. Yeah. So maybe later I will join. Yeah, as
Great,
a candidate. Yeah.
great. Welcome.
That is great news. Nice to meet you, Ben.
Data, I guess I heard you there. I know you were, all over the place in all the chats, and you work with all the different projects and things, and anything, you're hearing in terms of, I know there's been some conversation about, having APIs to be able to work with some of the other projects. So that you've been, involved in promoting that. And from my perspective, I appreciate that. Anything you want to add or bring to today's meeting?
Yeah, that is a popular opinion where people want to, build out their own front ends to interact with the Vigor protocol. So we will need an API for that. That's a great idea. People can just plug and play Vig and Vigor into their website to, borrow, lend, and save.
Cool.
That's what we're after, isn't it? And I mean, we got politicians from Hong Kong that are interested. That's fantastic news, you guys. Like just that statement alone is good.
Yeah, I saw an idea on the chat that maybe offering any token to be lent, and that's what they were asking about, the API to be able to lend the tokens themselves when they create it, but using Vig. But I don't know how that would work. But of course, we wouldn't want just any token on the protocol.
Yeah, I think that's been one of the things I know. And in the early planning, we thought we would bring, all these different, tokens into the protocol. And I'm glad that we've taken, methodical, slower, step with that. I think we added, USDT, we added IQ, and, you know, BTC. I know there's, I know we'd like to get the you know, ETH on there. But, you know, as far as rushing to add, you know, other tokens, I think that it's good to take our time. I mean, we're still, I know a lot of you here have worked on this for, you know, a really long time. I mean, it's almost been 2 years, but, you know, it's good to, you know, you know, to have moderate, steady growth, as opposed to just, you know, opening up the floodgates, which I know in the early days, we saw that as being, you know, one of the great reasons to use the protocol. But I think the reasons to use the protocol are pretty, you know, are pretty strong. I mean, it does a lot. You look at those 3 boxes, and, you know, maybe it doesn't look like it does a lot, but it depends really where you are and the position you take. You know, do you want to lend your tokens? You know, do you want to do some borrowing? I mean, it enables all. It's kind of the Swiss Army knife of you know, protocols, I think, and it's good for people to take time. I know what we had. I know our the protocol YouTube channel was maybe down for a little while. I know we've put that back up, I think, with some of your help. I'm not sure all the videos that we've put out are there, but really the DAC, you know, we encourage any new users to not just don't drop in and start, you know, tossing tokens around. You know, to take some time to look at some of the videos that we put together, you know, the DAC put together to help you have a better understanding of how things work. You know, I know people, so as an example, you know, new users, you know, come in with small amounts, and if they get confused, they have a tendency to not really pay attention. And, you know, if you're going to manage, if you're going to lend on the protocol, you know, you really need to you know, be an informed, you know, user and pay attention to it. Because if you just leave it alone, you know, even with the, you know, the volatility on, you know, US itself, you know, you can end up, you know, not being in a position where you don't quite understand, you know, why you have, you know, you didn't borrow any vigor and now you have a little bit of it. Or, you know, you know, and then when you have a little bit of our borrowed vigor, it's going to be pulling some of your vig to deal with the premiums for having that. And, you know, then you know, sometimes you see people say, oh, I don't want to have this vigor debt and this and that. And they kind of overreact, and then sometimes they'll sell their vigor below where they really, you know, should. And, you know, it doesn't, you know, they can get somewhat frustrated by it. So watching the videos and, you know, reading the material and just asking questions in the Telegram chats, I think is, you know, we all try to be really helpful and, you know, answer questions and explain. One thing about the protocol is, and where we have people from all over the world here working on it, you usually can find someone. You know, I've seen Lennie helping people and saying, you know, you got to wait a few hours for, you know, some of the folks in the you know, you know, Eastern time zone or such and such to kind of, you know, get active and wake up. But I think, you know, we have people everywhere. Hong Kong, we've got, you know, Korea, we've, you know, Netherlands. So, you know, don't be afraid to, if you're new to the, you know, the protocol or the DAC, don't be afraid to ask questions. We're all happy to help.
Yeah, no question is a stupid question.
Yeah, there is a lot of stupid answers, but that's the one thing you guys can all count on me for.
Yeah.
I also wanted to mention, I think it's important that Nexus reached out and they're interested in a partnership with Vigor. And the best part is, for those who don't know, they want to create an aggregator widget for Vigor. So basically putting a widget on our app and website that interacts with the Nexus protocol. And if you don't know what that is, it's just a swap aggregator or DEX aggregator. So basically they take the best price from across all the DEXs and give it to you instantly. And you can also mine some Nexus tokens, I believe, in the process, which is kind of cool. So, I mean, for those people who are having a hard time with their collateral when they're taking on all these bailouts and they need, say, PBTC or need anything, they can just swap right there on our site using a third-party widget, which I believe legal is okay with. So that's good news, you guys. Toast, pop the champagne.
I actually went in and had a check on the Nexus, and I believe I prefer that to DeFi Box when it comes to UI and appearance and a good listing of tokens. I was quite impressed. Very efficient, very clean, but that's only testing the app. So far looks good, and then we have a lot more to talk about, of course.
Yeah, they go across all the dexes and find the least way to find the best way to lower the slippage all over the economy, and for the user, they try to lower that slippage, especially for big trades. But yeah, that's one thing that I think we're going to have before long is some kind of third party that will help users exchange the collateral and the debt that they receive and get rid of that. So that would be a plus.
Yeah, and the DEX aggregator offering our users the very best rate every single time, guaranteed on chain. That's a win. I think that's a great partnership opportunity for us. We should definitely pursue that. Now they are interested in getting some security audits, right? So that their users can, trust their code a little bit better. And their developers are actually remaining anonymous. I mean, I think I have a pretty good idea of who they might be, but regardless, I think they're good developers. So that's the only thing that really matters. And if they want to build a widget for Vigor, this is exactly what we're talking about. Like, we will need an API for third parties. So we should focus on that.
Well, I think, yeah, I agree that DeFi Box is certainly the best for now. Is the best DEX for on EOS, and also, but I don't know if you guys have used Pisa before, because there's a swap function, and they have already used that DEX aggregator and to choose the best price among the free AMM now available, which is DeFi Box, DeFi's, and also their own swap Pisa. But of course, there is a risk that, because I've noticed that Vigor DAC is already providing the liquidity of the Vigor pair on DeFi Box, and it's okay for me, and I trust DeFi Box. But yeah, it's closed source, and there's and their developers are all anonymous. So yeah, there will be risk, but it's okay for me. That's why I have asked Banca, the one from Switzerland. The Ethereum DeFi. But I think they are focusing on the Ethereum blockchain. So when I use the app, there's a bug that you can't add any new pairs on new EOS pairs on it, including the Banca Vigor pair. There's already a BNT Vig pair on it, but the liquidity is approximately 0. So I'm thinking, but I'm asking them to if they can fix the bug as soon as possible, because I think Banca is well known and is already on Binance and other centralized exchange. So yeah, I think you can consider this as well. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Ben. Bancor is an excellent AMM, and so is DeFi Box. Yeah, we used to have some liquidity on there, but we don't. Legal doesn't really like us talking about or providing or promoting liquidity. But I think I see a lot of people that are interested in helping out. And now that they have these AMMs all over the place and these swap dexes, I mean, anybody can provide liquidity and it's incentivized. The impermanent loss that can happen from being a liquidity provider can be pretty serious though, and it's not really for everybody. So I don't recommend everybody do it. And if you do, please make sure that you research it, because there are significant risks when the market is volatile. But that's why we love Vigor. So we love low volatility around here. So it's not really a problem for us. And the DAC has made significant contributions to liquidity over time, both on personal, smaller, individual, independently done initiatives and as a DAC, right? So there are some MSIGs out there that have provided liquidity and will continue to do that. In fact, we have a call later today with EOS Finex, Doug, that I wanted to touch base with you while we're here before that call. Is that scheduled for today? Did you reschedule it? And can we get a couple of developers on that call?
Don't think it's, got to double check. I didn't think it was scheduled for today. I was trying to get a couple of dates to give to them so that we, they could pick one of them. They wanted to do one on Monday, but it was, we was too quick for us. And yeah, if, it'd be great to get just people who can help contribute to the meeting on, it's, that would be helpful. So, you just DM me if, you're available, or just make a note in the, in the custodial chat of time. A couple of times it might be good, and I'll get that coordinated.
Great. And they're basically just going to introduce us to a couple of people there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we really, we were, they have, until it's done, we shouldn't really, but the talks are.
Well, we got to make introductions. They got to be done. And I'd like to know who these people are. I've read a lot of stories about them.
Yeah.
So I also want to touch base about the next token that we were going to be looking at adding here. And I know we're taking it slow and everything, but one of the criteria, of course, the most important criteria is liquidity. And I just want to mention here real quick that DeFi Box, being, semi-new or whatever, has probably the best liquidity in their box token. And they just moved with their DIP 20, their latest proposal. All of the DeFi Box mining rewards, and I think like all of the staking rewards, are being moved to liquidity providers. So there's going to be even more liquidity in the Box EOS pair coming up. And it's probably going to stay there because that's where the whales probably want it. But, regardless of all that, the benefit from this is that future long-term visionary stuff, it's going to have a lot of liquidity backing it, similar to the other tokens that we love, like USDT, EOS, PBTC, and the future of all P tokens, which looks really good, P-Link and PF and everything else. But for EOS, I think we should actually look at the Box token, because that is where a lot of the liquidity is going to be incentivized over the next couple of months. Something to think about.
Well, it's good to partner, work with these other projects. And, I know EOS Finex is really kind of just out of the gate, as well. We've only been out for a few months now, and I think we beat them to that mark. So, but yeah, there's just a lot of good things that, a lot of good, groups that, we can collaborate with to help bring better utilization of the protocol to the community. And, that's what it's all about. So I appreciate your work there, Data, helping to, build bridges between teams and other projects.
Hey, yeah, you know what? It's a team effort. I look on the screen here and I see all these people, and every single one of them has a lot to do with the protocol. It's like everybody makes up the web, and everybody is the spider at certain times, and everybody's doing a really good job. So especially you, Doug. You're hosting the meetings, you're congratulating and inviting and introducing new people. Everybody's doing a good job. Even Ben showed up today, told us all he's a politician, which, instantly makes me want to vomit because I hate politicians. But I don't hate you, Ben, because you're here. You're in Hong Kong. You're interested in Vigor. And that surprises me, and all these people make up the Vigor DAC community, and I love it.
Well, it's okay. I appreciate politicians. They have a tough job wherever they are. So, that helps to bring some balance to it.
It's quite tough here in Hong Kong because there's politics problem, but whatever, I'm here because I know this at least in this deck is quite quite believe in democracy, which in my society is not the case. So I like here, and I like that feature of this deck.
Well,
we support you, the people of Hong Kong over there. We really do.
Yeah,
we do.
Thank you. Anyway, I about the tokens that just mentioned. Firstly, about box, I agree that it is really it is good to add box into Vigor, and of course for the BIP20, I vote against the new option, which is option 2. Put all the rewards in the liquidity provider, and I against this. I think the staker, they also need their rewards, but whatever. After all, it's democratic, and everyone like the option 2. So yeah, but I don't know if that will keep box in a low price later. So I think need to keep checking on it. And for the Ethereum, I think you can add it in it already, because I've seen that USDT is already adding PETH in their own protocol, and I think is good enough. And yeah, so for the other P tokens, I think Litecoin, because I like Litecoin because it's cheap and also the low gas fee. So if you add it, I will be very happy. But yeah, it's your choice. So for the other Ethereum token, like Maker, Link, and Wi-Fi, those are also okay. So, but I have noticed that in the consortium app, someone has proposed to add the BOY token, BOID, and I think some of the committee of BOY is also in here in the Telegram group of Vigor. So I have seen that in that consortium votes the BOY token. Most of the people they want to add the BOY token, and they vote yes for it. Yeah. So any idea of this token to be added in the Vigor protocol? I just want to ask about it because I'm excited about this project anyway.
Yeah, I'm the Boyd team leader for Vigor, and there's also John John Heater, John at the Boyd. He runs Boyd.
Yes, we have a strong
I
voice
see.
influence.
Oh, that's a nice project. A really nice one. Yeah, because I think people who don't know how to mining, maybe using their own computer for mining, maybe a Monero, I don't know, but they can use your app. So it's very good. Yeah. And I think I don't know if it's good to for now to add the BOY token into the protocol, but I've seen this in the consortium vote, so just worth a mention. Yeah.
I would definitely be in favor of adding Boyd, simply because it has a lot of utility and a lot of active users. And yeah, it's a great project. I remember searching for aliens with the SETI project, and it's kind of very similar. A supercomputer that uses your computer in the background just to hunt for aliens. That was so much fun. But of course,
Yeah, that
voice
was-
is so much better because they focus on research, and that's really what the world needs right now.
Right. Yeah, I did SETI at home back in the 90s a little bit myself.
Nice, nice. I wonder if we're on the same team there, Cowboy.
My twin brother was really into it more than me. You know, he's the coder, but he turned me on to SETI at home back in the 90s.
And you also mentioned, Ben,
And there
all
is-
of those
yeah.
tokens from the P token network. I think if they're going to be on it's the same thing with EOS Finex, because they have the liquidity, the deep liquidity pockets of the centralized exchange. That's a huge advantage for any tokens that they list. So I think any of the P tokens that end up on EOS Finex, we should whitelist immediately. That's what I think.
I agree. I agree. And how about Bitfinex? Because I've seen that someone in the Telegram, they asked about the EOS Phoenix, and I think Shadow XX he answered that it is you guys are already chatting with the EOS Phoenix if they can list Wig on it. So I think because I've seen that Bitfinex, they have something other than USDT, including the gold token, the XAUT, the one that represent 1 ounce of gold, and also URT and CNYT. I don't know if because they have already expand on the Tron platform and the chain, and I don't know if they are going to expand one day on the US chain. So I think if this kind of tokens, like especially XAUT, because yeah, it is supported by gold, and I think it can be a trustworthy collateral if you can add it into Vigor, and it may stabilize the price for now, because it's about 0.86 USDT per Vigor. So yeah, I think it will be a good idea. But if they expand it on US chain of.
Hey guys, whatever happened to EFX? We were talking to them at one time.
Yeah, we were talking to them, and they stood. I had scheduled a follow-up meeting with them. They scheduled it with me, and then they stood me up. So I just don't think that they were that excited about that, and I don't think we should be chasing projects to collaborate with if they're they're too busy to meet their make their appointments. That's just me. I mean, if the group wants to pursue it, I would take that instruction and go back. But
I have chatted a bit with, I chatted a bit with Chris there, and similarly after that, no conversation and stuff. And basically what I understood, they kind of been looking at it, not ideally what they were looking for, but they already sort of say working on their own toolbox financially and similarly. So they've decided to go that way. So any work together, partnership or similar with the EFX is not really on the table at this stage anyway.
Well, we are better together. Maybe they just don't realize it, but I know they are super busy and they are building their own stuff, which is awesome. And we could probably help support their new stuff too. But I'll follow up with them down the road, and anybody else can too. Just feel free.
Hey, Ben, what was that gold token that you were talking about? The gold backed?
If you, I wonder if anyone here is using the Bitfinex. If
I
no,
used to.
you can see on their Okay, used to because you know Tether USDT is the largest stable coin of Bitfinex, but they have other product as well, including the XAUT and other things. But of course, they now is on the Tron chain, the Tron Tron,
Tron, yeah.
but
Mhm.
it's not yet on EOS. Yeah,
Okay. And you
of
said it
course
was X.
Ethereum. Yeah, they
You
have
said it was
all their
You said it was XAUT.
XAUT.
Okay.
Yeah, XAUT, and I think they also have their Euro stable coin and also China yen stable coin. These two, I'm quite sure they have it on their own. Yeah, and see if they are interested in listing them on the EOS chain. But maybe that will be years later. I don't know. Yeah, and I don't know if the governments or the legals like this like this stable coin.
I think there are other gold tokens also. I don't think that's the only one.
And you mean PAXG, the one on the Ethereum chain?
No, I haven't heard of that one.
Okay, PAXG I think is the most famous one, but the others I don't know. Yeah. This one, XAUT. Yes. Thanks, Lennie.
Thanks, Lennie.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Anybody else want to add anything, or we're kind of coming up on the hour? I wanted to ask a question about the next biweekly meeting is, right before the Christmas holiday. Do we want to? I don't know what people are doing. I know that everybody's saying don't travel.
Christmas is canceled.
So, do we want to? Are we good for holding the next biweekly? Is it's going to be? What date would that be? That's right. That's right about at the holiday.
It's the 22nd.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know. I like spending time with you guys.
Maybe we can exchange presents.
That would be awesome, Donnie. But you know what? That's not fair because everybody's going to buy you 2 presents.
I'm not convinced he really has a twin. I think it's his alter ego.
Hey, honestly, I'll go to Walmart locally because we live in the same town, and people will walk up to me I don't even know and start talking to me. And I tell them, hey, you think I'm not who you think I am. I'm Donnie, not Johnny. And they look at me like, yeah, right, whatever.
You must learn some interesting things about your twin that way.
No women
Yeah,
walking
really.
up to you and slapping you in the face, then he's doing a good thing, I guess.
Yeah, my wife went to the Huddle house, and the waitresses there said, your husband was in here with a woman the other night. And it was my brother.
That's an interesting thing. I wish I had a twin, so probably the world doesn't,
But yeah, I had a question on this agenda 2021 Vigor Protocol roadmap.
Yeah.
Number 1V or 151 initial VIG increase from 100 to 50 VIG. What is that? What's initial VIG? What is that?
What was that? I'm sorry. What was that? What was that number you gave again?
Is that the requirement in US dollars, like $100 worth of VIG is your initial requirement to join? I think it is, and then reducing that to $50. Was it
1A 51? But no, I know that before when you took out a loan, you had to keep 100 VIG in there in the balance. That's the only thing I can remember that I know of that's 100 VIG. So we increased that to 65, over 65,000 to be able to get a second loan, right? You can get the initial loan, but if you try to get another loan on top of it, then you have to pay the 65.
The initial VIG that's 100 is like $100 worth of VIG. So I believe that was like 65,000 VIG or something like that. And then we
Yeah,
want
it
to
was
reduce that.
75,000, right? We lowered that to $30 worth now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, for on the agenda, it's still there.
Well, this is called initial VIG increase, not state. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's talking about the same thing.
I think that was for the amount to be deposited into that top box, the VIG
Balance.
fees box. That was done to help eliminate some of these, the dusty bailouts. I think just to, and I think there's a proposal up to increase the lifeline from like a 3-day lifeline to a 14-day lifeline. I don't know if that's been approved.
Yeah, it was. I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah, the staking part is a bit confusing, similar, because we do have a 10,000 for candidate, and then we have now, it was reduced, I believe, to 50,000 now in the fees, from the 65 down to 50,000 at the moment, as I understand it. And then the third US is actually after one free new member comes into the app, you can still get in, even if we only let one in free. But the equivalent to be let in is a staking of 30 US equivalent in big. So we got 3 different options there, 3 different stakes, kind of, the way I understand it.
Yeah, maybe somebody can kind of help to clarify that, because I mean, I know I'm a little confused by where it is, and so others must be. I guess.
Yeah, if I could chime in real quick on that as well. Yeah, as of this morning, I contacted back with our friend Blue Jays, and he, just to make sure he was able to get in, just kind of following up, making sure it all worked out for him. And he replied, no, he's still getting the same errors. So he's still not able to get in or use the DAP, even though he bought the 75,000 big. He was trying to stake it, and then he was trying to join the actual DAC and stake another 10,000 big. He wasn't able to do that. So I got back to him and I just said, hey, could you just let us know exactly, I'm trying to just get more info so we actually have some stuff to go off of. I know it was difficult to recreate that error that he was getting. So, and then Max seemed to think it was fixed, and some people think it's totally fixed, but obviously some people are still having issues. So I just asked him to give me as much detail as possible about, like which wallet he's using, take screenshots of exactly which errors that are coming up. But he said it was the same issue. I'm waiting to hear back from him now, but I just wanted to throw that out that, yeah, there's obviously still issues. And yeah, it's definitely a little bit confusing as far as, I mean, obviously it sounds in theory like it should be easy. Just come in and then stake the 75,000 big or whatever the number is, and then start using the platform. But apparently it's not, it doesn't flow as easy as what we are, designing it to, or what we were anticipating it to be. So I'll get back to the group as soon as I have some info exactly on what's happening. But yeah, it's definitely an issue if we can't get new users in who are actually trying to buy VIG and support the protocol. We need more lenders. There's no tokens to borrow right now. Like there's no EOS, I think, the last time I checked. And yeah, we definitely need, lenders to come in and lend if we want people to be able to borrow. We need users for sure. So yeah, just wanted to say that.
All right.
Sorry.
I was able to recreate that error that Blue Jays is having. And I passed on all that information to John, and he said, oh, okay, thanks. I didn't realize the initial deposit goes to collateral and the stake actually goes to a stake bucket. So the UI just needs to be updated. And if Lump is on the call, maybe I can send over these screenshots of what was going on to Lump, or maybe you can change the UI and we can get that fixed up.
So it seems like there's an error coming up though, regardless of what the UI shows. Like there was an error coming up that wasn't altered, It was saying, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole. Sorry, I didn't want to, get too specific on that. I just wanted to kind of a very overview, general comment of that. Yeah, we're we are still having some issues as far as the onboarding of new users, which of course should be addressed in the appropriate channels. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and keep following up on that. And
looks like the initial VIG
that.
that I was asking about, Max Cho updated it here. That's the VIG required to put in collateral to get to take a new debt in. But I believe that's 65,000. That's some kind of prime number thing, isn't it, or something? We found out that's 65,000 and something big. It's some kind of prime number for the code or something that it turned out to be. But that's what that's about.
Pretty certain, so did I think, but I'm pretty certain it's down to 50, and I adjusted it. That's the upper section
Okay.
for the fees. But we all see we have 3-4 different bids what it should be, so it definitely needs to be worked at.
Well, the initial VIG there, the initial VIG term, I think, is a coding term, and Max Cho just defined it here in the agenda. So that initial VIG is about the collateral. That's the question I had here. But yeah, of course, you have to stake $30 worth of VIG to open up the app, and then if you want to become a candidate, you have to stake 10,000 in the DAC to become a candidate.
Yeah, too many similar words, coding and the description. But anyway, it needs to be sorted. So if we get confused, how about new people?
Well, let's keep this going in the dev chat, so that we can bring some get it if there's a bug there, get that fixed, and get some clear explanation as to what these new users need to do. So
Things are looking up, guys. Things are looking up.
Yeah, I think considering it's a DAC, and we're doing a pretty good job working through it. So all right, so I guess we'll see people right before the holiday for the next bi-weekly, and this has been recorded. I'll end up getting the recording. I can pass. Could I send this maybe to Jimmy here to maybe get it posted on the YouTube proper YouTube channel?
I don't have the credentials for that new YouTube channel. I don't know who does.
Data.
Yeah, I'll send it over to you. Actually, Jimmy, we need you on there. I'll
Okay,
send you the
sure.
credentials.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm happy to do it, but it probably won't get done until tomorrow afternoon my time, which is if that's okay, because
yeah, of course.
Yeah, no
sleep,
sweat.
and then
I'll
I
take
have
care
an
of it,
early
Jimmy.
day in the morning as well. So sorry.
I'll take care of it for you, Jimmy. I'll still send you the credentials though.
Oh, no, I mean, I don't mind doing it. It's just I'm on the other side of the world, remember.
I will be doing it, and I'll be doing the bi-weekly updates. So
yeah, I'll touch base with you too, Donnie, and we'll get you in there.
Okay.
I'll send you a DM.
If you can cut out the first 7 minutes, because it's just all silence, that's kind of, we don't want to lose people when they go to listen to the bi-weekly because they think we didn't hit record.
Yeah, for sure. We'll edit out all the boring parts and all the bad jokes.
Okay.
Don't edit. Okay, maybe I should do it because I usually edit in the bad jokes.
Oh.
All right. Well, it's been a treat as always. And
oh, hey, real quick before we go, is Peter on the call? I was wondering if there was any updates with the Chinese community. How's that going? Is it active still?
It's been pretty quiet. I did say on previous the media focus call that it seems like the DAC or the Vigor platform is working on some fixes. So during this time, I'm working on an article series to just continue to get Vigor some exposure on the media side, but we are not currently actively engaging in the community. And also that there seem to be, so I was scouting for another person to help with Chinese community management, and I found a girl to help out, and that for a while, the Vigor DAC was missing the new candidate registration process, and very recently, I think that the guy from Boyd, John, he updated the DAC, and now it's functional. So the girl has now registered, and I think right now we're waiting for a good time to engage with the Chinese community again. And I think towards the end of the year, it just feels like things are slowing down a bit, and I'm waiting for the right time to promote again. Yeah, so that's that, and I hope to have an article out, say tomorrow. It's gonna be it's gonna be on about 14 projects within the EOSIO ecosystem on what they have accomplished this year, and I'm including Vigor in that article. So yeah.
Great news. Thank you for the update.
May I ask where's the Chinese? Where is that community? Is it on Weixin or QQ or is it on Telegram?
Yeah, the Chinese community should be on WeChat. It's going to be on WeChat, and we also have a few social media open for Vigor, and one of them is going to be on Weibo, which is like a mainstream. It's kind of like Chinese Twitter without the word limit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. If you ask me, I have the Facebook. Mainly, I use Facebook and WhatsApp, and I don't have a Twitter account anyway. Yeah, and YouTube. Yeah, these three. If you ask me, or if you need a Facebook page on Vigor, I think I may help on it. And if you about the articles, because it's not about Vigor, but I indeed recently I have wrote an article about cryptocurrency, and I have mentioned Boyd on it. Boyd, and but that article is for Hong Kong citizens. It's not for the crypto holders. Yeah, and I do have something want to add about the agenda, which is about the website. Yeah, can I ask about it now? Because I've seen that the one who is responsible for it is LUMPX, and yeah, I'm sure that adding for now is adding the history, the withdrawal and deposit history. But I want to talk more about focus more about on the homepage, which is the vigor.ai. Yeah, vigor.ai, which is not the app itself, but the homepage itself. Because for now, I have seen that I think the main the main reason I'm using this Vigor protocol is because the low gas fee. I think the whole homepage, it didn't mention the advantage of the EOS chain, because comparing with Ethereum, yeah, you have no gas fee here, and it is not mentioned. And I think this advantage won't last long. Which when Ethereum 2.0 it comes out, you may not lose this kind of advertisement point. So if you I can write this point if you need, write some sentence about it, and because I think it is an important point for advertising this app, because EOS it has a very low, I think $5 US per transaction, which is very awful for me. And yeah, and when I see the comparison between Vigor and Vigor, there's no this. Yeah, so I wonder if you can add this kind of description on it. Yeah, sorry. Check HodlRob. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Because the homepage, I think it is for every user. It is the first page when you access the app. That will be the first page that pops up, and I think something that we have mentioned before, including the change of the from 100 week to 65535 week, which is the minimum week that you have to deposit in when you lend the collateral. I think this kind of announcement, except in the Telegram, I can't find any announcement. So I think just like DeFi box, or else you can properly consider to add an announcement on vigor.ai to remind people about maybe it changed from 110% to 115%, these kind of things. So I think this kind of announcement can be added to vigor.ai, and also those you add list IQ tokens, list PBTC tokens. I think those is. And also one more thing. Sorry, I remember last time I've mentioned that the difference between lenders and savers, which means the lending pools and the saving pools, and in the description of the rewards, I have seen that use in the website, it says become a lender, and there's a description, and saving there's a description, but it doesn't state the difference between saving and lending, which is saving is less risky. But perhaps it only support Vigor, and it doesn't need any and perhaps the interest is lower. But for a lender, the risk is higher, and you have to take the debt. So I think it was a mention here in the description of the app, and that's all about the website. So if you can add it, I don't know. I think it won't be too hard. It's not a hard job at all. But yeah, see. So if there's some announcement, it can be updated on the vigor.ai. Yeah, that's from a user experience. I think that could be better. Yeah, thanks.
That's good suggestions.
Great ideas, Ben. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah, well, guys, one more thing. You're awesome. You all know who you are. The most people, the more active, the more stuff you're doing, the more visible you are, the more votes you're gonna get. Matthias, good for you. You got my vote, buddy. Everybody should go and vote for M. Schoenebeck if you see him and you need somebody else to vote for. Can't say I don't know. I can't pick anybody else who's more active, more interested, and is a developer. So that's a bonus. So let's get him in there. And don't forget to vote, you guys.
All right, cool. Anybody else? On that note, let's bring the call to a close. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks.
Thanks, Doug.
You're
Right
welcome.
on. Good job, Doug. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Go Vigor.
Go Vigor.
Go Vigor.
Go Vigor. Later,
Awesome.
guys.
Thanks,
Thanks.
everybody. Bye-bye.
All right.